of an update for Air Canada and give you a good idea of what's happening and what's the news for Air Canada, what's happening right around the world and the globe for our expanding network. As you can see there, that's Dreamliner aircraft. We've actually purchased quite a lot of Dreamliner aircraft, about 15 coming into our network and actually helping us grow our network and reach right around the globe. So what's new and what's happening in 2016? The big news is with Air Canada expanding into Brisbane, we'll be starting on the 3rd of June, a daily non-stop service from Brisbane straight through to Vancouver. So that'll be on our new Dreamliner aircraft, which has the state-of-the-art new Dream product cabins with 20 international business class and 21 premium economy and 210 economy class seats. So that's starting on the 3rd of June. That'll be 3 times weekly up until the 17th of June. Once we get the 17th, it becomes a daily flight going right through to Vancouver. So on that news as well, from the 17th of May, we're actually launching the daily Sydney, Vancouver, Toronto service. We'll have the new cabins and products to match the Dreamliner. So we're upgrading all our 777 aircraft. By June this year, worldwide, the 777 aircraft will be matching the Dreamliner fleet. We want that consistency across all our products. By mid-year, all our international fleet will have the same cabins and products as well, which I'm going to be able to show you during the webinar. So again, we've received 18 of the Dreamliner aircraft, and I'm going to touch a little bit on Rouge and Air Canada Express in today's webinar, and just touching on the point of Qantas and Jetstar is our local domestic partner in Australia. So if they're flying, say, from Brisbane currently, or Melbourne up to Sydney, or being up to Brisbane in June, we use Qantas for our check-in right through. Qantas will actually check them luggage and give them boarding passes. So when they arrive into Sydney, they just have to come up to our gate. They don't have to come to the check-in counters. If they're travelling business, then go straight to the actual lounge as well before boarding. So it makes that convenience of checking in the luggage checked right through to Canada with Qantas and Jetstar. All our flights are arrival for 7:30 a.m. in for easy connections and the domestic flights and pre-clearance and immigration. They're going on to the US. And again, we're rated as the only 4-star carrier in North America. So with the Skytrax Awards, we are rated as the only 4-star carrier. We've always been in continuous awards for our improvements of our products and services. And again, just a few there as the last few months we've been receiving throughout this year. And you can also go onto aircanada.com and to our media site there if you wanted to look at all the awards we have been winning and any Air Canada updated news as well. So the big news with Brisbane launching on the 3rd of June, that aircraft, the Dreamliner, will continue on to New York. So we'll have a continuous service on the Dreamliner. With connection times there through, giving us a perfect connection time of 1 hour and 35 minutes. With your passengers coming from Sydney, they'll also transfer through from the 777 onto the Dreamliner and go straight through to New York. So the quickest and fastest way through, going from Brisbane through Vancouver to New York. Connecting in Canada, of course, now, if your passengers are going onwards, when they land in Vancouver, they go through Canadian Customs, of course, immigration, and then they actually then go through and they have their luggage automatically sent on to their next flight. That's just something we've recently started, so there's no need to pick up the bags and recheck or drop onto a bag drop. So, for instance, if they're landing in Vancouver and going to Calgary, when they land at 7:15, 7:30, just come off the flight, and the Brisbane and Sydney flight arrival at the same time, they just go through customs, then go upstairs, and they can go to their next flight. So it's fantastic, smooth connections. Don't have to worry about the bags. The bags will be transferred onto that next Canadian flight for them. So quick and easy, all under one roof. All our terminals in Canada, again, all under the same terminal roof. That makes it nice and easy for clearance there. If they're going on to the USA, pre-clearance and immigration is done on the Canadian side as well. So don't go through Canadian customs, they just freeboard that plane. So they just go through USA connections and their bags are checked right through the US as well, and they just go through into US airspace. So all our flights from Canada into the US arrive as a domestic flight. Make it nice and easy and connections through. So again, with Canada, we actually have now up to 62 destinations going right through. Again, 7:30 arrivals timed in for those perfect connections onwards right through into Canada. So let's go and have a look at our new products. So we've got the Dreamliner from Brisbane from June, and also from the 11th of May, the 777 daily out of Sydney will be upgraded as well. If you want to have a look at the video to these new products, you can also go to 787.aircanada.com, and it's a little YouTube video. It's a fantastic way to go and actually have a look at the product and see what's happening there with the new products and services. So welcome aboard. Let's go and have a look at first of all, our business class. So again, this will be departing out on the 3rd of June, Dreamliner, and out of Sydney on the 11th of May. So international business class has the full flat, lie flat seat beds offered with the concierge service, which I'll cover off a little bit later. We have the in-seat laptop and UBS PowerPoints, priority services, and again up to 600 hours of entertainment as well. It's the pod style of our seating. It's similar to what we have now, but it's all completely upgraded, new fabrics, new colour schemes, and the bed now goes out to 6 feet and 8 inches long. Everyone has direct aisle access of 1, 2, and 1. And the Dreamliner is a smaller aircraft than the 777, so there's 20 seats on the Dreamliner out of Brisbane, and there's 40 out of the Sydney aircraft as well. The largest screens in North America, and you've got 2 screens. You've actually got one down in the box down the side, which has all self-storage area for any sort of like laptops or PAs or phones. Again, that's looking through the cabin at a 1-to-1 direct aisle access. Has a pneumatic pump-up system in the seat with an in-seat head massager. Again, lots of storage space and lots of leg room there at 6 foot 8 inches long. So full flat bed, putting down the bed when they choose, how they want, when they want. Again, that's our new business class, and it costs all our international fleet by June. The passenger again can put the bed down when they want, how they want, going into full flat bed. So a good night's rest. So again, it's that 14-hour flight over to Vancouver, and internally, our wide-bodied aircraft across from Vancouver to Toronto or Montreal will have the same product as well. So let's go and have a look at our premium economy again. This is our new product. So it's fantastic for that market that that just doesn't quite the business class, but that luxury of going over, especially if they're doing a big tour in Canada. Perfect for them to have, raising out on our premium economy. So it's a zone dedicated cabin just behind business class. We have again 7 inches, it's actually 38 inches of leg room. It has a 7 inches recline, wider seats again, and we have actually premium services and meals enhancements. We have priority check-in and enhanced services such as hot towel service, pre-departure drink, linen served on the meal service. Meals are served from business class, so they're an enhanced meal. It's in the cabin a row of 3 rows, just behind business class, and it's 232 on the Dreamliner, and it's 242 on the 777. A little bit an extra seat there. So 24 seats on the 777 and 21 available on the Dreamliner. Again, you can pre-seat your passengers when you book as well. The GDS is allowed to do that. So premium economy is just a perfect enhancement, allowing going across the Pacific now onto our network, and again on any wide-bodied aircraft from June this year. The entertainment system has been enhanced as well. Seat back again, up to 600 hours entertainment. And they have UBS ports and PowerPoints in each seat as well. Footrests, as well as a little side table, again, for those pre-departure drinks. So all those enhancements that your passengers would like, in cabin and premium economy, again, all available, coming up very soon. Again, the classes to book are NEO, NEO, nice and easy to remember. So that's again in your GDS, so that's NEO. So we will have a look at economy class as well, which has had a refresh and up-to-date new products and services through the actual cabin. Got new seating, Simline seating, and again, new colour scheme, put through the cabin, of course, an entertainment system as well. It's an enhancement. 600 hours entertainment. The screens are much bigger, much more clearer digital quality. And again, with UBS ports and power points in the back of each seat. That's looking for the cabin there. So again, 3 new classes, business class, international. We have premium economy and a new economy class as well. And each seat has, again, UBS ports and power points and a universal system there for plugging in. Great for charging all those phones and iPads and iPods when people are coming back home. So that's our new product. Again, you can go on to 787.aircanada.com to go and have a look at the actual YouTube video to see the product as well. So let's go and have a look at some of the airport services and things we offer, giving us that only 4-star carrier in North America. So staying connected, we've now all our narrow-bodied aircraft across North America have been installed for Wi-Fi. So the only Canadian carrier to offer that Wi-Fi connectivity and our entire narrow-bodied air fleet within North America. We're actually now starting to look at the international aircraft from June this year. We'll take about 6 months, but all our international flights will be available for Wi-Fi as well by the end of this year. So it's keeping that connectivity, especially if they're travelling across the Pacific and wanting to go on Facebook or social media, definitely available from the end of this year as well. And all those services are available for the Apple, BlackBerry and Android mobile apps are all available to download. You can do electronic boarding passes, notification services, help with mobile check-in and any message services as well. So that's all available for all our apps, available for all the mobile services as well. On the ground, we offer a concierge service. That's our own dedicated staff found at 39 airports around the world. They're actually found in Sydney and we soon to hope in Brisbane as well. They're actually found out around the airport when passengers are checking in, right through disembarking, baggage carousels, passengers with tight connections, car hire, faxing, things like that that they might find around the airport for our business class passengers travelling. They've actually got this dedicated concierge staff, again found in Sydney, and we have looking forward to them for Brisbane as well. We've introduced a chef program as well. David Hawksworth is now designing and creating all our meals for business class passengers worldwide. He's one of Vancouver's top chefs, and seasonal new foods and menus for our business class passengers, just giving that touch throughout our lounges as well. Speaking of our lounges, our Maple Leaf lounges are worldwide, except for Sydney. We actually use Air New Zealand's Kooroo Lounge, which is available just near our gate, and we'll be able to use that in the Brisbane airport as well. Both those lounges have had a refit, a refurbishment, and look fantastic. That's the Kooroo Air New Zealand's lounge, which will be right next to our gates. But looking at our Maple Leaf Lounge, this is the one based in London at the Queen's Terminal 2. We've made that as our flagship lounge, and we've gone back and refurbished all the ones through Europe and back through Asia and now into Canada as well. It's a new look and feel of our lounges, giving a Canadian designers and fabrics and layout, as well as having the Canadian beers available at all our lounges worldwide, and a Canadian touch as well. So again, this is the new look and feel of Maple Leaf lounges. So again, when passengers come up to Sydney, they can come straight to the gate and use our lounge if they're travelling business class. That's the Air New Zealand lounge we'll use in Sydney and Brisbane. Our frequent flyer program is under a larger program in Canada called Aeroplan, but it's now been jigged as altitude. So passengers are wanting frequent flyer program. It is free to join. We are part of Star Alliance, so any Star Alliance membership can do as well. The altitude program, again, best have your passengers join up that themselves. Free to join, and they get point-for-point travelling on that as well. Being part of Star Alliance, as I mentioned, frequent flyers program. With Star Alliance, we're hooked up with the 27 airlines, and there's also the Around the World tickets. There's a new premium economy Around the World Star Alliance fare. Of course, there's Circle Pacific and North American Air Passes are well available for Star Alliance program. It's a reflection of Vancouver there, a bit of snow in the background. Star Alliance aircraft as well. Just touch on Air Canada Rouge. You will come across Rouge occasionally. Rouge is the leisure airline based in Canada, for where Canadians like to go. There's not many flights within Canada, but there is sometimes that's going over to like Fort Lauderdale or down into the Caribbean or to Europe. So you can actually book it as part of the International Ticket Extra Australia. It's still AC operated, so it's AC designated in the GDS, and it's also has two classes, economy and a premium Rouge service as well. So you might see that someone's going to Canada doing some touring, they're popping off to the States or down to the Caribbean. It's still commissionable, ticketable on the one ticket, and it's still AC designated. It'll come up in your GDS showing operated by Air Canada Rouge, just so you know it's available there, and who Air Canada Rouge is. So we have mainline Air Canada, we have Air Canada Rouge, and we also have Air Canada Express. Air Canada Express is usually the Dash aircraft flying, say, Vancouver over to Victoria, Seattle, which has been branded just with the smaller aircraft, usually the Dash aircraft, but it's still AC designator and still commissionable, ticketable on the one booking as well. It's usually going to smaller provincial towns within Canada. Again, we fly to 62 destinations within Canada, so some of the smaller places will be on the Dash aircraft with Air Canada Express. So just touching on some points we offer as well, we have Air Canada groups. Faye and Sam in our department in Sydney can look after you there. You can always send me through any quotes and I can get them back in contact with you. Again, being 10 or more going to Canada, it's usually always have to go out on the outbound flight together, then come back separately. But again, we offer FOC usually over 22 to 25 passengers. There'll be an FOC ticket with good rates on group bookings. So if you ever have any over 10 or more, certainly get in touch with us, our Sydney sales team can help you out as well on the group bookings. If you want to stay connected with Air Canada, we do have our global sales team and global information worldwide. We are available on Facebook. You can join up that way. We also are LinkedIn. We have a travel agents page and a corporate page, also on Twitter as well. So it's got some great information if you want to find out what's happening, up-to-date information keeping available in there as well. We did launch last year, but we've just had a few technical issues that have begun put out this year. If you want to join up, we have our agents flash that will be coming out monthly. It could be even fortnightly as well. Again, if you want to be part of that, you can send me through an email today and I'll make sure you're hooked up for that. So what's our contact details? We have Air Canada reservations. That's our number is 1300 655 767. I encourage you to also use sidres@aircanada.ca. That is perfect to getting through on an email system. If you're actually wanting to speak to someone, say that in an email form has got a technical question, or you're quite busy, you can send it off by email and you can have a response back that afternoon. If you're sending in the afternoon, it'll probably be the next morning. So it's a good way to have something as a backup by sending through to sidres@aircanada.ca. And this is our sales team, of course, myself, neil.ford@aircanada.ca, my contact number. And then for Victoria and South Australia, we have Neil Westaway. And for Queensland and WA is Thomas's contacts there as well. If you are based in those states, certainly you can email through. If you want to be on to the flash, just send a message to either myself if you're based in New South Wales, Neil or Thomas, and just say you're on the CSP webinar this morning and you want to be included into the new Air Canada Flash agent information that we sent out via a new system this month. We're launching that out. So pick any name there and we'll be able to send that to you as well. So I'm just coming to the end. So thank you, everyone. It's been wonderful. We're looking so much forward to having our Brisbane flight starting, and thank you for everyone's support on that. So again, it'll be starting on the 3rd of June for 3 times a week, and then once we get to the 17th, it becomes daily, and I'll be flying on the new Dreamliner aircraft and with the upgraded 777 from Sydney, starting out on the 11th of May. So thank you, everyone, and thank you. I'll hand you back to Charlie.
Neil, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was fantastic. And yeah, the Brisbane services were almost a month away, so that is very exciting. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
getting
going to be
close
great.
now, getting close.
Yeah, it is. I
Yeah,
guess
but
you've
looking
probably got
forward to it.
some fun stuff planned for that inaugural service, so we'll watch out for
There is
that.
some great ideas. Yeah, look out for it. It'll be quite a big thing. We've got a press on it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. And a fantastic tour of all the cabins there. That was great. Thank you. All the pictures and descriptions. So yeah, that was a great look into all the cabins. So guys, the floor is open for questions. If anybody does have any questions for Neil, please type them into the chat box and I will ask him. Otherwise, you had all the contact details there of your state reps, so you could always contact them later. And of course, we will be doing some follow-up information as well, so you will get an email from myself and from Neil. We'll just hang on a minute, see if anything comes through. So Neil, have you been to Canada recently?
I actually went over at Easter time, just went for 24 hours.
Oh wow!
We've been actually, yeah, it's been the 777s were a little bit ahead of time, so we actually have been bringing in the new product already into Sydney. It's a day-by-day case, and we don't only find out the night it leaves from Vancouver on its way here. And so I had the opportunity to, that morning, got a phone call, yep, the flight's coming in with the new product. So I zipped over out to the airport, just took off for 24 hours, got to try the new premium economy class, which I was wanting to do so badly. So I got to see it just for 24 hours. I went to Vancouver,
Oh wow!
spent the night there, and then back the next afternoon. So it's a quick trip.
Oh, that's cool. That was a very quick trip, but nice to spend the night in Vancouver.
Spent the night in Vancouver and came back and did a bit of shopping. So very close to Robson Street, so could get the shopping there done and back again.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome. So yeah, just
yeah. So the original product was meant to leave out on the 17th of May out of Sydney, the new 777, but we've been, like I said, it's been coming in quite often within product. So we've been able to bring it forward to the 11th of May, which is only 2 weeks away. So we'll have all that available. And then Brisbane again, like you mentioned, it's only just coming up to close to a month starting.
being tripped. That's yeah, that's awesome. It's been a good bonus for those already on their way then.
Yes, absolutely. We've been able to experience it. I think it's got all of the weekend. We've actually had it come out, which is great. So we're looking forward to it.
Oh, excellent. Alrighty, well there's no questions coming through, so we will sign off there. But Neil, thank you so much for that update. It was fantastic. And thank you everybody for joining us. Have a great day and we hope to see you next time.